Daughters of the Dust. Written by B. A. Carroll. Episode 4. 18 minutes. In the armory alcove deep within the Daughters' sanctuary, Aurora sharpens one of her knives with methodical precision. The rhythmic shing, shing, shing of steel on stone is the only sound. Kaylin leans against the rock wall nearby, watching her.
You were excellent as always. The killing, I mean. I saw the tapes from the convoy mission. Clean, efficient, not messy like the rest of us. You are a true artist.
Aurora doesn't look up. Kaylin continues his pitch.
I always said you were wasting your talent. You have fire, Rory. This world is a tomb. Out there with me, you could have a future, a domain of our own.
He says it with a casual intimacy, a reminder of their shared past. Aurora stops sharpening. She looks at him, her eyes cold.
I'm not your partner, Kaylin. I'm not your anything. Right now, you're only my ferryman.
Aurora's voice drops slightly.
And I will pay the fare. Just get them out.
She goes back to her knife, the boundary reestablished. Kaylin smirks, but there's a flicker of disappointment in his eyes. In another part of the Daughters' sanctuary, the probe drones pass was the final sign. Ilara stands before her daughters, Athena's rebels, Aurora, and Kaylin. Her decision is made.
For generations, we have held to our ways. We've kept our secrets, but the galaxy has changed.
Ilara looks over to Aurora.
You were taken from this world, and it made you hard. It taught you a language of survival we have forgotten. We will not sell our souls.
Then, with a pained and resigned breath,
We will barter them for our children's future.
she looks at Kaylin, her eyes full of regal disdain.
You will have your charts, but first you will provide cover for a diversion. We will not flee like cowards. We will leave a sting.
Later at the Chimer's cargo bay, a holographic map of the planet hovers between them. Athena and Aurora, now united in purpose, lay out the plan. Aurora stands facing the others with a no-nonsense demeanor as she runs through their next phase of actions.
A two-pronged escape. Athena, you take your rebels and a few of the older daughters, along with the nomad. Use the salvaged Imperial transponder codes. Make a lot of noise.
Athena nods solemnly.
Don't worry, sister. The Ghost Flyers will lead the Imperial landing parties on a chase deep into the vortex for an experience their pilots won't expect or be able to return from.
Aurora then turns to Kaylin.
While they're distracted, you take the Chimera, Ilara, and the rest of the daughters. Use the charts. Slip away through a silent passage.
Kaylin gives a slow, appreciative nod before speaking.
It's a sound strategy, Rory. I can think of no further improvements to it.
Outside the sanctuary, as the last rays of the setting sun disappear below the horizon, the plan is now set in motion. Skiffs and the Nomad power up. Ilara approaches Kaylin, holding a glowing crystalline data slate, a perfect copy of the Daughters' ancient star charts. She offers it to him. He takes it, his eyes alight with greedy triumph as he sees the complex, shifting star patterns within. Nearby, Athena pulls Aurora into a fierce, brief hug.
Be safe, Athena. Stick to the plan. Take no more risk than required.
A grim smile flickers across Athena's face.
Don't worry, sister. I'll be a loud, careful distraction.
Aurora doesn't bother to hide the worry she's feeling.
Good. Don't let your flyers die for nothing. They have placed their lives in your hands. So consider each command you give with critical analysis, because even then, each death will haunt you, but maybe slightly less.
Athena turns and sprints toward the Nomad. And for the second time in her life, Aurora watches her little sister go, not knowing when or if they'll ever see one another again. Then turning, she angrily walks up the ramp of the Chimera. Resigned to be an unwilling passenger, but this time also as a savior for her people. The ramp automatically sealing behind her. Moments later, on the bridge of the Chimera, as the ship glides in low suborbital flight, cloaked in an atmospheric haze, Aurora stands beside Kalen, watching a tactical display. On it, a cluster of friendly signals, the ghost flyers are engaged by a swarm of hostile Imperial contacts. Kalen watches with the eyes of a starship captain.
Your sister has fire, just like you. She's pulling them in deep.
He nods to his pilot. The Chimera lurches as its engines shift from a hover to forward flight, sliding into a hidden, turbulent current of the vortex, not visible on any standard sensor array. They are instantly whisked away like a tree branch caught in the rapids.
It's a good thing we got out of there. The commander of the Vengeance, he's not the patient type. Looks like he also has a personal stake in this.
Aurora answers, not taking her eyes off the tactical.
What do you mean?
I ran the ship's registry. The commander is Lord Inquisitor Valerius.
The name hits Aurora like a physical blow. Her blood runs cold. She turns to face him, her expression shattered. Valerius wasn't just an Imperial commander. He was the master of the Emperor's various assassin squads, her mentor, her tormentor, the man she, Ilara, and all the daughters betrayed. Aurora turns away from the tactical display, and in a barely audible whisper,
He's not just here for the daughters.
Kalen gives her a grim, knowing smirk.
I know. Alar informed me after hearing his name spoken in my comm officer's bridge report when she gave me the star charts.
His eyes switch from Aurora to the main view screen.
He's here for his little shadow. He's here for you, Alara, his most promising assassin. All the other daughter are just a bonus, his way of tracking you down.
The ship lurches violently as it dives deeper into the uncharted passage. Aurora stands frozen, feeling trapped on the pirate vessel. Her family scattered to the winds, rocketing away from her home and directly into the jaws of her past. But none of that mattered at the moment, as her full returned to tactical and something far more important to her. Athena, as the seconds pass, the ship hums, like a sea beast swimming through the unseen currents of the vortex. On the main view screen, the stars are a distorted smear. But Aurora doesn't see them. She stares at the tactical display, but her focus is inward. The name Valerius hangs in the air like a death sentence. Her knuckles are white on the console's edge. Kalen watches her, his usual swagger gone, replaced by the wary stillness of a man who just realized he's locked in a cage with a wolf. He knows the name. Matriarch Ilara stands nearby, a silent observer. She sees the subtle shift in Aurora's posture, the assassin's coil returning. The name has summoned a specter. Aurora finally turns, the sensor information no longer readable, her eyes as cold and dead as vacuum.
The Vengeance. What's its class? Armament? Standard T, IE, complement?
Kalen, recovering his bravado, responds quickly.
It's a gladiator class, fast for a destroyer, heavy on concussion missiles. It's said he likes to demoralize his targets before he sends in the hounds.
He has many methods.
I've also heard Valerius doesn't use a hammer. He uses a scalpel, finds your weakest point, your biggest fear, and he presses until you break. That he's an artist of cruelty.
Aurora, in a bitter whisper.
I know. I was his prize student.
Standing apart from everyone, Ilara's gaze is heavy with a sorrow that spans years, and her comment is for no one but herself.
The little shadow has come home.
Back on dust in the canyons, the vortex. The Nomad, battered and trailing a vapor trail, careens through the violent, purple-hued atmospheric river. Two smaller rebel skiffs struggle to keep pace. Within the Nomad's cockpit, alarms blare as Athena wrestles with the controls, her face a mask of fierce concentration. Janus's voice over her comms cuts through the noise.
Athena, TIS on R6. They're locking on.
Through the viewport, green laser fire stitches across the chaos. Athena responds immediately.
Evasive maneuvers. Nyla, break right. Use that outcrop too.
It's too late. One of the rebel skiffs takes a direct hit as it blossoms into a silent, brilliant fireball. A beat of stunned silence on the comms. Athena's knuckles are white on the yoke. She swallows her grief, her voice turning to steel.
All craft. Follow my lead. Now.
She pulls the Nomad into a steep, impossible dive, plunging into a darker, more turbulent current within the river-like storm. The ship groans in protest. The pursuing TIS can't follow, breaking off. They are momentarily clear of Imperial threat. But they are crippled, alone, and bleeding. Aboard Chimera in the chart room. The room is dark, dominated by a single source of light. A glowing, three-dimensional web of starlight projected in the center. The daughter's ancient charts integrated into Kalen's systems.
Beautiful, isn't it? The Empire thinks the galaxy is mapped. They only know the highways. Aurora, this is a chart that maps the soul of the galaxy.
He gestures to a swirling, chaotic nebula on the edge of the map, shielded by pulsing gravitational anomalies.
The Veiled Nebula, a legend so dense with anomalies no Imperial fleet can navigate it. A perfect fortress, a possible base of all operations.
Turning to Aurora, his eyes burning with ambition.
The Marauder clans are scattered, leaderless. With these charts, we can unite them, build a hegemony, an empire of our own.
Kalen letting the offer hang in the air. A seductive poison.
The Empire brings you a coffin. I'm offering you a place by my side.
Ignoring his words, Aurora just stares at the map, her face unreadable. Above dust on the bridge of the Vengeance stands a brooding figure. The bridge is a study in brutalist order and chilling quiet. Polished black floors reflect the cold, sterile light. Lord Inquisitor Valerius, 50s, stands before the main view screen, watching the roiling vortex of dust. He is unnervingly still, dressed in an immaculate black and silver officer's uniform that seems to absorb the light around it. His face is patrician, handsome, and utterly devoid of warmth. An officer approaches.
My lord, all contact with Phantom Squadron was lost within the atmospheric anomaly. The hostiles have escaped.
Valerius answers without turning.
She always favored chaos as a shield, a child's tactic. The attack on the Karen Dax facility was loud, ostentatious. It was a diversion.
Sir?
The true prize wasn't in the fight, it was in the flight. Find me what they left behind.
Valerius turns, his pale eyes fixing the officer with a gaze that promises pain. If nothing's found, and quickly.
Deploy the hounds. I want every grain of that desert scanned. My shadow has a scent. Find it.
In the cargo bay of the Chimera, the quiet, disciplined daughters sit in small groups, meditating or cleaning their blades. Their serenity is a stark contrast to the crude, boisterous laughter of Kalen's crew playing a game of chance nearby. A burly marauder, drunk on cheap synth ale, stumbles over to a young daughter, 16.
Hey, pretty thing. Tired of praying to the dust? I can show you a few constellations you've never seen before.
He reaches for her. Before he can touch her, Alara is there. She doesn't raise her voice. She doesn't draw a weapon. She simply looks at him.
The air you breathe is a gift from this ship. Do not abuse the privilege by poisoning it further with your stupidity.
The marauder, unnerved by her quiet authority, hesitates. That's when Aurora appears at the edge of the bay. She says nothing. She just watches. Her stillness is more threatening than any shout. The marauder's confidence evaporates. He mutters an apology and slinks back to his crewmates. The fragile truce holds, but the air is thick with resentment. Afterward, in Aurora's quarters, a small functional cabin with a sliding hatch that locks. She works at a console, her fingers flying across a holographic interface, attempting to bypass Kaylin's security protocols. She needs a signal. Any signal. Every pathway she tries leads to a dead end, a digital wall. Kaylin suddenly enters. No compartment is locked to the captain.
Looking for a way out already, Rory?
He leans in the doorway, a smirk on his face. Aurora shuts down the console.
I was checking the ship's status.
Of course you were.
He steps inside, rolling up his sleeve. A vicious, jagged scar wraps around his forearm, the kind left by an energy whip.
A gift from an Imperial Inquisitor who thought my loyalty could be bought with pain.
Kaylin's eyes meet hers.
We're not so different, you and I. We both know what it's like to wear their leash. The only difference is I chewed mine off. You just traded one collar for another.
His words are a calculated barb, a manipulation she recognizes but cannot entirely deflect. He leaves her standing in the silence of her gilded cage. At Shepherd's Rock, in the canyons, on Dust, the Nomad and the single remaining skiff are hidden in a deep, narrow canyon. Athena and Janus work frantically, jury-rigging the Nomad's damaged long-range sensor array to a power conduit.
A standard transmission is a death sentence. They'll pinpoint us in seconds.
Athena quickly comes up with a solution. Though risky, it just may work. It had once before.
Then we won't be standard.
She points to the sky. High above, a juvenile Mulsashari drifts lazily through the upper atmosphere, a shimmering ghost against the twin suns.
Its hide is dense, reflective, like a mirror in the sky.
Janus's eyes widen in understanding.
A sky swimmer. You want to bounce a signal off of it. The energy scatter would be almost impossible to trace. It's genius.
They align the dish. Athena types out a message, encrypting it with a code only Aurora would know.
Power up.
Janus throws a switch. A tight beam of energy, invisible to the naked eye, shoots through the vortex towards the young Mulsashari. End of episode 4. Thank you for listening, and please continue supporting the Sci-Fi Taco podcast, where the internet's best science fiction comes to life.